Yeah, good evening or good morning, everyone. You have just watched a video by my colleagues of Excel, how to use Excel. So now I would like to show you how you can have your Excel, build your own Excel that will act as a formulation tool. And here we come. You open your Excel. This is my Excel. If I close, I went here, looked for my Excel. Then, after looking for my Excel, I open a new sheet. I'll enlarge it for you to appreciate what I'm doing. So, you need to know to have like about 3 sheets. Sheet 1 will be your recipe. So you rename it here and rename it recipe. Enter. And then sheet number 2, this will be you rename it and say this is where you do the mixing from. I mean the I would say this is where you do the real formulation. And then the third sheet is where, let me enlarge this because you are not seeing. Oh, even if I enlarge this one, does not get to be seen. So this one will be your nutrient requirements. Nutrient requirements. So you rename it and say nutrient requirements. So we will start with the nutrient requirements and try and fill in. For instance, I'm going to start here. I'll say here this is, I will do feed type. Feed type. Then the next column, let me actually do. I'll put box for you to see very well, like this. So feed type is the first one. Then the second one, I'll put now the nutrient requirements and say this is let us say ME. Let us start with moisture DM, that's the dry matter. Then also ME, which is metabolizable energy. Then we'll go to crude protein. Then we'll do lysine. Then we'll do methionine. Then we'll do M plus C. Then we'll do ether extract or crude fat. Then we'll do crude fiber. Then we'll do calcium. Then we'll do phosphorus. So those are the common nutrient compositions that we need to know for formulation. I'm sure you are familiar with these things because you did them in the previous course with Mr. Benjamin about the nutrient, the ingredients. So I would say I want 4 layer buds. So for the layer buds, I would say the first feed type is layer starter feed. So my layer starter feed, I'm going to search for, if I just now move this, I'll just do it as for you to see very well. I'll do it as a text wrap for you to see very well, because I don't want it to disappear. Now this is going to be off head. It doesn't have to be the exact one. You have to check in the book, but for you to learn, I want you just to follow this. So the dry mat of that feed, that one in most cases doesn't matter, but the ME is 3000. This is in kilo calories per kg. This one is in percentage, and so it is this one. Also this one, and this one, and then this one. This extract also is in percentage, and then crude fiber is also in percentage, and then calcium in percentage, and then phosphorus is in percentage. So what happened is that now we have our 3000, and then we come to crude protein, it's 19, and then we will do lysine. Lysine is let us say 0.8, phosphorus M plus C, and methionine is 0.7. Those are just numbers. You should be copying somewhere. I'm using this just for easy. And let us say M plus C 0.6%. ISA extract maximum should be maybe 5%. And then crude fiber should be 4% maximum. And then calcium is 1.2 maybe, and phosphorus is 0.8. So that is your nutrient requirements. What you are formulating against the quality of the feed, if you took it to the lab, that is what it should test. Now after doing that, you come to the real formulation. I will enlarge this. But before you do the real formulation, you need to have the raw material. I'll move this here. So you need you need a sheet for the raw material. Raw material. Database. So in the raw material database, you will do something. You will have here exactly the way this is. Do almost exactly like this. You copy, because we are formulating in the same order, and then come and paste it somewhere here. And then I'll enlarge this just for you to see. And then for it requires that you put there something like price. We adjust price per kilo from here. And then this is the ingredient. It also has nutrient composition. So you name it. For instance, I'll enlarge again for you to see and move this. For instance, you have gone to the database as you were given. These things can be found from many sources like Wikipedia and many others. So here you are. So what do you do? I'll also try and make it tabled. I would do like this and say it is all tables for you to see very well. So I'll come here and say which ingredient. I'll start with maize. You commonly call it broken maize. And I will say its price per kilo now is 1,200. Its dry matter, maybe it's 87. And percent, this dry matter is always in percentage. And then its megakarero, maybe it is 3,300. The CP is 8.2. The lysine is maybe minimal, 0.2. The methionine is 0.1. Then the M plus is 0.03. Then the ether is maybe 1, but doesn't have a lot. Then crude fiber is maybe 7. And then calcium is maybe 0.5. And phosphorus is 0.3. So you finished the database for maize. Now you go and do maize bran. Now maize bran, let us say its price now is 900. The dry matter is it's not so dry. It is 80. Then the energy is 27. And then the protein is maybe 9.5. And the lysine is maybe 0.3. The methionine is 0.2. The M plus is 0.0. 0.04. And then ether, it is maybe 0.5. Crude fiber is high, maybe 10. Calcium low, 0.4. And then phosphorus is 0.2. So you've done that. So you are done with that. So you keep doing that. Build your nutrient composition. Remember, the order of the nutrient requirements is the order of the database of your raw material. So soya, let us say soya bean, full fat. You know very well that that is toasted or heated up soya seeds, different from soybean cake and soybean meal. And then for it now, it is maybe 4,000. And then it is dry matter is maybe 90. And then the ME is 3,000. The protein is 35%. The lysine is high, is 1.2. The methionine is 0.8. When you come to M plus 2, it's 0.7. And ether, it has fat. Then its fat is 15%. Crude fiber, it may be low, 4. The calcium, not so much, but 1. And then the phosphorus is 0.5. So you do that and build all ingredients. For ingredients that do not have all that, for instance, lime. For instance, lime 500, yes. The dry matter is maybe 97%, and the M is 0. It doesn't have any of those. Has only calcium 38%. So you leave those ones blank. For those that don't have anything like salt, add them also, and premix. Maybe salt is 1,200. You just leave it blank the way it is. There's nothing. There is no chloride there. There's no sodium. We don't formulate for it, so it's not air. So it's just for taste. And any things like premix also are like salt. It is maybe 5,000 a kilo, general premix. And be specific if it is layer premix, but general premix. And it's dry matter. Maybe all these ones are 97, maybe this is 98. And then this doesn't have anything. Just leave it blank because it doesn't have. Now, when you are done with that database, it is complete. You have done with the nutrient composition. The question is, how do you build your formulation part? And how do you get the recipe? But I will start with this. Now come here. After building this database up to maybe 30 ingredients, you come here. Let me even enlarge this. And do what we call copy. The first row and the first column. You are going to copy this row and this column. You get me? Copy the first row and the first column. So you come here and say I'll also first put there the tables. You say A, click in that first box, put there equals. Then you come to the raw material thingy sheet and click on the first cell, that is cell A1, and click enter. You see, you click enter on your tab. Click enter. When you click enter, it will bring this. It is showing you that this is from raw material database A1. So now, when you click on it like this, move your cursor here. You see that plus sign? The plus sign, you see? and then right click and move this downwards. It will copy everything the way it is the other side. You see, I have my raw materials. Go back and click in the first cell, A1. Move the cursor to the corner. Right click and hold it there. You hold the right click without releasing and move this to the right. It will copy everything that is the other side. Now you've finished to make that. Now you are going to adjust column B. You are going to call it a different thing. What are you going to call it? You are going to call it actually you are going to insert a column there. You insert a column there. You insert a column there. Now this one will be adjusted and called it cost per ingredient or raw material. And then you are going to call this one inclusion. Or percentage. But the best way is to call it inclusion in bracket, the percentage. So what you are adding there is what should be included in your 100 kilograms. So after doing that, down at the bottom, it may be, I'm going to do something here for you. If I want to keep seeing this, I'll click here. That is for you, and go to view. You must have learned this, and click on freeze pens, you see, and freeze the first row, the top row. So when I freeze the top row, that means even if I move this, the top row is not moving. So I am going to say maybe I'm going to add 50 ingredients, and I want to define my formula at the 50th row. So I'll come here and say on the last part, I'd call it the total. So my total is going to be there. Say total. I'll have, this is total nutrient. Per raw material. Then I will put the nutrient requirement here. Yeah. Nutrient requirement. I'll create here another a small insert and create here one row, one column on the side like this, and you call it nutrient requirement. Nutrient requirement. So, and then after doing that, For instance, I will show you how you use that. I'll come now here. I want to put in a formula which helps me estimate how much that I have selected here contributes, or how much do I get, how much protein do I get from the 10 kilograms of maize that I have put in the formula. So I'll come and set my formula. Of course, this price comes in later, but my formula, that formula is the same, the price and everything. So I will say equals this amount here, which is C2 over 100. You get me? Times, you get me? Because now I'm getting a ratio. The maize which is there over 100, which is the ratio that I've put there, because it's over 100. Now times my raw material, and the raw material was price. So no. Sorry. Go back. Sorry. Let's go back. We skip this column of cost, because that is easy. It is just this times the price in the raw material, which is this. So it gives you the amount. So when you do that for cost per raw material, you are done. Do the same. Click here. Go here, because you want these formulas to move, this to move with the other side. You click here, move your cursor. You see that plus sign? Hold the right click and move that formula down up to here, up to row 51. Do not go beyond the total raw material. So it will pick those formulas. When you click here, it is telling you it is C51, meaning this one, times raw material B51, which is the other side. So that is done. How about dry matter and the others? This one now will be equal still to this proportion, but over 100%, because our formula we are making is out of 100%, times, go to the raw material, times the dry matter nutrient composition. So you click enter, and the formula is here. Meaning if I put here 5, for instance, it is showing me that the answer is this out of, and you could know that it is, you can even estimate. If it was 100% dry, it would automatically be 5, but it is 4.35 because it is 87% dry. But how do you now do the same? Because you have to do the same for all. You can do that all through, which is very tedious, by just clicking instead this one equals this over 100 times this. Where's the dry matter? Times this. It takes time. So you keep doing that. And even this one equals this time over 100 times, you go to the raw material, times now this, which is the ME you want to get. You do that. Or if you really want to be an expert, as you've just learned from the other previous I can do that just like this. I go to that row, because now I want this not to change, but the others are going to change. So this should not change, because I want all these entries to be affected by the percentage I put in. And I want, so I'll come here and fix, this is a C, C2. I go here, you see me here? Let me try to enlarge so that you can see. Or even when I enlarge, it doesn't work. So you see C? I hope you are seeing it. See? Yeah? I can try to zoom in for you. And you see? And then I move it here. You see C? So C, this is C. You click on here. And then go and add there a $sign. And then you click also in front of C and add there a $sign. And then click enter. What you've done is simple. I can now zoom it back for you. What you've done is this. You've now fixed this one will not move. This will not move. If you just moved it the way it is, it would move like this and it would be confusing you. But now I come here. You see, I move my cursor to the corner. I get a plus sign. I now move it up to wherever I want. So, what did you see? This has not changed. So I can do that. Now, I go to this second one. I do the same. I fix C. Let me zoom again so that it is repetitive. I fix C with a $sign. On my laptop, I click Shift and then the 4, because the $sign is just on the button of 4. But for you, you have to look for it. And then I move Shift, and then I fix that. I could even first do. So when I finish that, I do the same. I move the cursor. There. So I go again. I go to I go again. I'll do that.